Okay, what we've got here is approximately 300 milliliters of water, and well, actually I'm going to have to move back a little bit because it's too hot. I've got an OmniDawg cup on this stove, and I just put the water on about 15 seconds ago, picked up the camera and turned it on, and I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it, but it is already getting little bubbles forming on the inside of the pan. And now we are about 30 seconds into the test here. I can definitely see a lot of heat currents in the water. And I can't get too close. I'm actually backing off at a side. Now I can see the water surface is moving now. I'm now approximately, if I could find it, there's my second hand. Okay, I'm approximately 1 minute. So I've backed off to the side a little bit here because it is just a little tough. Now I can see some water bubbles coming up to the surface. Now this isn't the best mug or pot to try this with because it's a little narrow, so some of the heat's being wasted. The heat's going up the side. And now I see bubbles coming up to the surface. Now this would also boil faster if I didn't have if I had a lid on it. But since it's exposed, it's going to take longer to bubble and boil. But here we go. Okay, now I can see quite a few bubbles coming up. I almost wonder if I turned it down, it would be better because the flame would go less up the side and more onto the pot. Well, this isn't proving to be a very fast test. That's 2 minutes there, approximately. I can see the pot supports are getting red at the tips, but like I say, a lot of the flame is going up around the small pot. This is an Camp Space Saver cup, maximum capacity about 17 ounces, although that would be right to the brim. Okay, now I'm seeing some indications of a boil. That's 2 minutes 30. Yeah, this isn't fast at all, but it's a bad sized pot for this particular configuration of flame, because the OmniDawg does spread it out a little bit. Now I'd call that boiling right there. I can see enough bubbles where I'd say that's boiling. It's not quite a roiling boil. And that, I'd say that's a roiling boil. What would you say? Yeah, that's no two ways about it. That's a roiling boil. So let's turn that down a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a boil, all right. Okay, well, that was an interesting test. It's a very hot stove. Use a bigger pot. Well, I should say, it's a very hot configuration of the stove with the OmniDawg, but you should use a pot. Now, if you look closely, very interestingly, let's go right over the top, there are still bubbles coming around at 3 points. The points where the pot supports hit the cup. And it's hard to see them because they're just small bubbles, but the pot supports are so hot, they're still radiating enough heat into that cup that there's still 3 points of bubbling, one on each tip of the pot supports. Very interesting. Okay, that's